Good day friends, welcome to my channel lecture series on power electronics. In this lecture, I will be explaining about cycloconverters. Cycloconverters are AC to AC converters. Cycloconverters directly convert AC signals of one frequency, usually line frequency, to AC signals of a variable frequency. These variable AC signals can be then directly used for controlling the speed of AC motors. Actually, the supply in every country, AC supply in any country will have a value and a frequency. In India, the frequency of AC supply is 50 Hertz and the domestic appliances use a voltage of 220 volts. In countries like US, the frequency of supply is 60 Hertz. So the appliances manufactured in US will be designed for 60 Hz, whereas the appliances we use in India is designed for 50 Hz. If an appliance is bought in US and it is to be used in India, the frequency has to be converted to the required one, that is from 60 to 50 Hz. So changing the frequency from one value to another value is accomplished using cycloconverters. The cycloconverters are also used for controlling the speed of AC motors. The AC motor speed can be changed by changing the frequency of the supply given to the motors. Generally, thyristors are used in cycloconverters, and these thyristor based cycloconverters are used in low speed, high power applications for driving induction motors and wound field synchronous motors. Without using cycloconverters also, the frequency can be changed from one value to another. The AC frequency, AC is shown here, it has one cycle, and if the AC frequency has to be changed from one value to another value, in that case this is called two-stage frequency conversion. Initially a rectifier unit is used. This will convert AC into DC. DC is a DC does not have any frequency. So AC with some frequency is made into DC, and then again the DC is converted into AC using a inverter where we can get the required frequency. So this is called as two-stage conversion, but cycloconverters do not use these two converters. Using only one circuit, it can convert the AC of one frequency to another frequency. So now let us see what is stepping up frequency and stepping down frequency. Single stage frequency conversion is called cycloconversion, and cycloconversion means it can either convert a variable frequency to a fixed one or a fixed frequency to a variable one. In the case of wind generators, the wind velocity will decide the frequency of the EMF generated, and that frequency will not be uniform all the time. It will be variable. So the variable frequency is converted into a fixed one using cycloconverters. And in the case of AC motor speed control, from fixed frequency we change the frequency to the required range to control the speed of the motors. Cycloconverters can be either step up or step down ones. So for efficient operation, the frequency range of 0 to less than 1/3 of the source frequency is usually operated. So before going into the actual operation of the cycloconverters, let us say what is stepping up and what is stepping down of frequencies. Applications of cycloconverters include cement mill drives, ship propulsion drives, rolling mill drives, Sherbius drives, ore grinding mills, and mine winders. There are different types of cycloconverters: step up cycloconverter, step down cycloconverter. We have single phase to single phase cycloconverter and three phase cycloconverter. Under single phase to single phase, you have two types of converters: midpoint cycloconverter and bridge type. Both these types can be used for either stepping up or stepping down the frequency based on the operation of the switches. So let us see what is stepping up frequency. In this picture, we see first one as the sine wave. There is only one cycle. In a time period, there is one cycle. Let us take it as f. In the same time period, if we have two cycles, then it is called twice the frequency. And in the next one, we have four cycles. That means it is four times the supply frequency. By stepping up, we mean this, and using a cycloconverter, this can be achieved. So if the frequency is changed, then then it can be applied to any machinery for the speed control. This is stepping up frequency. Stepping down frequency is, in the first picture we see that there are four cycles in a time period, and we see the time for one cycle is very less. Now in the second picture, in the same time period we have just two cycles. That means from the initial frequency, this has become half. So in one time period we had four cycles before. In the same time period now we have only two cycles. That means it is half the frequency. And in the next picture we see that in the same time period we have only one cycle. So this is 1/4 the frequency. Suppose a supply has a frequency f, using a cycloconverter it can be reduced to even 1/4 of the frequency, or any frequency we require. This is called stepping down frequency. So here we see that stepping up frequency means the frequency increases in a time period. The number of cycles increase from f to 4f. In this picture we see that from f to 4f I have shown. So this is stepping up frequency. Stepping down frequency means from 4 cycles the frequency has come to just one cycle. So it is stepping down frequency. Using a single circuit itself, we will be able to get either a stepped up frequency or step down frequency by proper operation of the thyristors. The explanation of step up and step down cycloconverters will be given in my subsequent lectures. Thank you.